What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video. And today I thought I would do something a little fun, and that is to go over some legato cello libraries. So you might be wondering, why cello, Chris? Well, honestly, out of all the string instruments in the orchestra, the cello is probably my favorite, and for a good reason. I think the cello has just such a wide range, not just in terms of the playable range, like all the different notes, but also the emotional and tonal range as well. So it can range from really gritty, really dark, and really menacing and mean to really passionate, really emotional, really loving and romantic and stuff as well, right? When you hear it soar into its high register, when you hear its low, gritty register, it just makes you fall in love with the cello, I think. So what I thought I would do is go over 7 different cello sample patches here today. Some of them are standalone libraries that are just dedicated to the legato cello or maybe some other articulations, and some others are included within larger libraries like CSSS, for example. But we're just going to take a look in context of legato cello today, and I would love for you to let me know at the very end which one is your favorite. Maybe is it the best legato? Is it the best sound? Is it the most realistic to you? Whatever that may be, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump on in. One more thing, if at any point you want to check out my recommendations for the entire rest of the orchestra, like ensemble strings, woodwinds, brass percussion, pianos, ethnic libraries, and stuff, whatever it may be, I definitely want to give you my sample library buyer's guide. It's the first link down in the description box below, and you can grab it absolutely free as my gift to you. I've included all the prices, the way I would use those libraries on a regular basis, and all of that stuff is included in this guide. It's super juicy, and again, I want to give it to you totally free. So without further ado, let's kind of dive on in. The first one we're going to take a look at here is the Pacific Solo Cello Legato. So to clarify, at the time of this recording, we're in December, and I'm probably going to be uploading this much later, but Pacific has not been released yet. And Jasper from Performance Samples was really, really generous to give us a solo cello legato patch. And yeah, this is what we have. So let me just play this for you so you can get a sense of the sound, and then we'll share our thoughts a little bit after that. So it has a very full, very warm sound. It just fills in the soundscape, and it almost feels like it's hugging your ears, or hugging you in general. I really, really love it. And it does have a slightly darker sound, I would say. And you'll notice this is a commonality also in CSSS as well. So without further ado, let me quickly show you the CSSS cello, just a legato, and then we'll share our thoughts on that as well. So kind of similar again to Pacific in a way, where the sound is a little bit darker, the legato is very smooth, very transitional, and I just really like how it feels very passionate, very romantic. The thing about the Performance Samples patch is that it has a little bit more reverberance as well. So I think that's what contributes to the feeling of encapsulating you, or feels like it wraps around you, right? Whereas CSSS, it's included in a larger library with also solo violins and solo viola as well. So it's kind of intended for a more quartet purpose, or maybe to layer as first chairs with your ensemble library, CSS. Slightly different purposes, but even just exposed, I think it sounds really good too. So I find myself using this quite a bit if I have a fuller arrangement, but I want just that extra bit of detail in the cello. I'll bring this patch in. Let's move on to Audio Imperia, and we have, first of all, the Nucleus library. Here is the solo cello from there. So Audio Imperia is really known for their beautiful sound, beautiful recordings, and I think overall this library has a very good programming language to it for sure. I think for me it's not quite as passionate or romantic as what we're going to hear next, the solo library, because this library just, it contains a whole bunch of instruments that you would need for a basic orchestral setup. It's like an all-in-one library, but yeah, what you really hear in solo, you can start to hear the cello really sing even more, and it's basically intended as a soloistic purpose. So let me quickly show you what this one sounds like. Right, so the sound is a lot more bold. It's more punchy. It's more upfront. So it really feels like it's soloistic, right? It really wants to sing out front. So I really enjoy this one as well, and the fact that it has two types of legato as well, rebow and slurred, depending on the amount of velocity you trigger. That makes it a little bit more flexible as well compared to the Nucleus cello, in my opinion. So anyway, let's move on to the next one, which is the Intimate Legato Cello from Sonic Cinema, probably the most recent library, I think, out of all of these. And yeah, let's just have a quick listen. So this one you can hear is a little bit drier. It's a little bit more mono in a way, but it still has a very full and wide sound, which I really do love. The standout feature for me in this library is, of course, in addition to the legato, which is really, really smooth, they also have a key switch for rebowing. So if I play a middle C, for example, and press the rebow, it creates a really natural rebow. So now instead of having to lift your finger and play it again, or hold a sustain pedal down and repress the note, now you can actually press this one key switch and it just automatically triggers that rebow, which is really good for melodies where you have repetitions or repeated notes. Definitely take advantage of that. The one downside to this library is that it's not as good at handling faster passages. As you probably heard, I played some notes with faster note values and they kind of started to blend together, get a little bit muddy. So no library obviously is perfect, but there we go. I really like this one as well. And then we have the Tina Guo Legato Cello Library, probably the most recognizable out of all of these, not just in terms of her name, but also in terms of the sound. As soon as you hear it, you're like, that's Tina. So let's have a quick listen to this. gorgeous sound, so full, so rich. And I think a large part of the characteristic sound is just the way she performs and transitions from note to note, and you can really hear the intensity and vibrato speed in there. It's just beautiful and really, really well programmed as well. This is why I think the Tina Guo cello library is one of the most popular, honestly, cello libraries, and probably one of the best sellers for Cinesamples as well. So wonderful library there. And then to round things off, we have the newest library from Cinesamples called Apocalyptica. So let me just quickly show you here. Here we go. And this is specifically meant as an electric cello library, but I've actually taken off the amplifier and the cabinet here, and we're just going to hear the mic signal as well. And it also comes with two types of legato. So there's the aggressive legato, and we have the mellow legato. Let's hear the aggressive legato first, actually. Let's quickly hear the mellow legato as well. Right, so the mellow legato is more passionate. It's a little, sorry, I should say it's more romantic. It's a little more mellow, a little more pulled back, suitable for those longer lyrical phrases. Whereas the aggressive legato, you can hear the performances are a lot more intense. There's a lot more grit in there. And overall, it just has a faster vibrato too. So really musical in that sense, which I really enjoy. So overall, those are the 7 libraries. I hope you've enjoyed this little comparison. And again, let me know which one is your favorite. Is it maybe a specific legato style that you enjoyed more? Is it the sound? Is it the realism? Something that caught your attention? Let me know what your favorite is here in the comments below. And again, if you want to check out the rest of my recommendation list, the ones sample libraries that I use on a day-to-day basis, including all the orchestral sections, solo libraries, jazz libraries, ethnic libraries, piano libraries, then I want to give you my sample library buyer's guide. It's absolutely free. Just click the first link in the box below and you can keep it with you as literally a buyer's guide. So if you're looking at a library on the market, you're wondering if I have certain thoughts about it, then you can check it out and see if it's in the guide and how I would personally use it, if I would recommend it or not. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next video and take care. Bye-bye.